Back for Tex Murphy Under a Killing Moon. And the reason why it took me so long to find my way back here is because starting up Tex Murphy Under a Killing Moon in Steam had a remarkable ability to completely freeze up my computer. Not entirely sure what that was about, but I found the source whatchamacallit, the like source files, I guess. And so now I'm just running it outside of Steam, and hopefully it'll run a little bit better. Though, as you can see by the fact that I haven't started playing the game yet, I'm not quite ready. But I will be very soon, so just bear with me. But yeah, this is the third Tex Murphy game. It also happens to be the first full-motion video game that I have played on the stream so far. So yeah, we'll see how that all goes. Player name. Easy?
So, they found it again, have they? I thought we'd taken care of it.
The forces of evil are persistent, sir.
I'm getting too old for this. Who have we got lined up to deal with this problem?
Murphy, sir.
Oh, no, not Murphy.
Afraid so, sir.
What about Spade or Marlowe?
Dead, sir.
Isn't there anyone else?
Sorry, sir, he's next on the list.
Well, I suppose we'll have to make do. Knowing Murphy, he's going to need help. A lot of help.
Will he?
I'll check the archives and get back to you, sir.
Seemed to do just fine on his previous adventures.
News of the day. As the Second World War enters its final days, Allied forces are on the march. The troops of the Western Alliance are occupied with the dangerous duty of ferreting out the remaining pockets of Nazi resistance. The storming of Berlin has crushed the heart of German opposition and sent remnants of the Fuhrer's troops scurrying into the dark reaches of the Black Forest. The Germans are bound to fight to the last man in their quest for world domination. But their days are numbered, with Adolf Hitler dead and the once dreaded SS disbanded. The Allies have exposed the workings of the Nazi war machine and found it festering with ancient blood cults, whose rituals and ceremonies are too astonishing and barbaric to detail. Allied forces will not rest until the last cult member has been revealed and captured.
No pestilence has ever been so fatal or so hideous. Blood was its avatar and its seal, the redness and horror of blood.
All right. Some early 3D animation here, I guess. It's weird seeing live actors against a very primitive 3D backdrop. Probably not known for much outside of this. Though if you're a tier 1 actor, I'm not sure what... Oh, that is James Earl Jones. I was wondering if this was narrated by James Earl Jones. Huh. Well, it's too bad that guy didn't have better work. I'm speaking too flippantly. I don't know what the quality of this game is going to be. I'm simply biased from my previous encounters with the...
In the moonlight, New
Murphy,
San
which was
Francisco
pretty
sparkles
underwhelming.
like a chunk of cubic zirconium.
Maybe this one
An
will be
island
better.
of hollow beauty surrounded by a red sea of radiation. 5 million souls drowning in gamma rays. Some lucky people have a natural immunity to genetic mutation caused by the radiation. I'm one of them. Most of them live in the new city, but I don't. I live among the unlucky souls, the mutants and the destitute, and the wreckage of old San Francisco. My name's Tex Murphy. I'm a private detective. Or at least I used to be. Since my marriage hit the rocks, I haven't done much of anything. I went out tonight for the first time in a week, but all I ended up doing was spending the last of my money on a bottle of cheap bourbon. Now it's past midnight, and I'm staring out of the window of my office on the second floor of the Ritz Hotel. Just like me, the Ritz used to be something. Now it's just another grimy building in a rundown part of town.
Huh.
And I'm almost out of bourbon.
My God, Murphy, you look like hell. Really hit bottom, didn't you?
Oh, I usually don't look this bad. I forgot to take my Geritol this morning. So, you want a drink? I saved my first one to have with you.
No, thanks. I've been dry for 8 years now.
Good for
Yeah,
you.
one morning I just looked in the mirror and decided I needed to make a few lifestyle changes. Quit smoking, quit drinking. Now I'm getting out of the business. Yep, I'm gonna move to the tropics and retire in a nice secluded island with a tribe of beautiful young women.
You're getting out of the business. I guess that means the end of the world must be around the corner because you are the detective. I can't imagine you doing anything else, especially not running around an island with a bunch of nubile women in a loincloth.
Oh, I can imagine it. I've been thinking about it for years now. Yeah. You know how it is. Lonely. Underappreciated. Dangerous. I haven't had a decent night's sleep in 38 years. I tell you, I'm working on a case right now, and that's going to be my last one. Oh. Enough about me. How about you, Tex? How's life treating you? Bad as it looks?
Well, it depends. What day is it anyway today? Saturday? Well, Saturdays aren't too bad. It's normally Thursday by the time I get really suicidal.
Jeez.
So what is it you wanted?
Bleak.
Just come by to sprinkle a little salt into the open wounds of my pathetic life?
No, Tex, you got me all wrong. Just because you turned me in and got me suspended and humiliated me in front of my peers. You sold me out. But that's all in the past. See, I quit hating you for that.
That was a very
Like I
sudden
said, I'll be leaving soon, and I didn't want to
burst
go
of
with any loose ends
anger.
dangling there to bother me in my golden years.
Hey, don't worry about me. When you tossed me out of the agency, it was the best thing that ever happened. Digging through dumpsters and sleeping in abandoned speeders. You helped me learn a great lesson. Because no matter how bad things are, they can always get worse.
I guess it's a
So
lesson.
what happened to you? I heard you were doing pretty well there for a while. Did a hell of a job on that Martian memorandum case. What's your
yes.
problem? You one of those
The
people who
Martian
can't live with
memorandum.
success? Huh?
Well, I can live with it. I'm just afraid of commitment. Now you tell me something. Why wouldn't you talk to me 15 years ago? I was a stupid kid back then. Could have tried to understand why I told the ethics board what I did. I mean, I understand now that I was out of line and I made a mistake, but why'd you cut me off like that?
Because apparently you never learned the first rule of a PI. And never, ever betray your friends. Now, friendship goes beyond blood and race and politics. You gotta find out who your friends are, then you hold on to them. They're a precious commodity to people like me and you. Now listen, before I go, I came here with a warning. I heard your name mentioned in connection with a case that I'm working on, and you stay out of it. If you don't, somebody's gonna find you floating in the bay with a hole in your head. I don't need any more strain on my conscience.
You know, frankly, I'm pretty insulted. Because I'm a pretty damn good detective. And I can take care of myself, thank you.
Oh,
Let's remember what I said,
that
Tex.
Tex.
Got no idea what kind of people we're dealing with here.
Old Texas Murphy.
Just keep out of my way.
Always falling back
I'll
in his
send you a
chairs like a
postcard.
goofball. Under a killing moon. In case you didn't know we were playing. A1. Puffing up flesh. That doesn't sound very pleasant.
So last night, after 15 years, Colonel walks into my office. Made me take a good hard look at myself. Maybe I have hit bottom, and maybe I do look like hell. Lord knows the only exercise I've had lately is tipping the bottle and flipping cards into my hat. I gotta find some work. Contrary to what the Colonel might think, I'm as good a detective as he ever was. Now I just gotta prove it. I'm gonna scare up a job today, even if it means finding somebody's lost puppy.
Lost puppy, you say? Alright. So this is what? Press spacebar to walk around. Okay. So we are in the first person. Can I stop spinning around? This is weird. Whoa. Oh, is this like totally controlled by the mouse? Okay, so I can go up and down on the arrow keys. Oh, and I can... That's weird. Okay, so I can rotate left. Wow, this is really strange. Okay, so I guess you press spacebar and go to this into this interactive mode, and then you can just kind of like waggle your mouse around and sort of make your way through the room. You push your mouse forward to go forward, push it back to go back, left to look left, and right to look right. It's totally mouse-based, mouse-controlled. Alright, so let's...
That hutch holds a life's worth of knickknacks, paddywhacks, and the world's largest piece of elbow macaroni.
That's what that is, a big piece of elbow macaroni.
That hutch holds a life's worth of knickknacks, paddywhacks, and the world's largest piece of elbow macaroni.
Alright. Cool, I guess. I can kind of make my way through here. Let's see here.
My gun. I love it so much!
Wow. Okay. I'll take that.
Old trusty sidearm. Been with me since the beginning. You want some of this, huh? Bam, bam! Hey, bam, bam, bam! Bam! Bam, bam! Bam! And you! Hey, Sonny, can you help me out? My girlfriend threw my gun out of the window. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just pick it up and, hey, don't point that thing up here. That's not a toy, you know.
What?
Oh, my hell. No matter how bad things got, I always had my gun. Now I've lost that, too. I have a feeling this is going to be one of those days.
Okay. So that's something.
My old reliable faux oak desk.
What else? What else can I do? Is there anything else in here?
The dusty credenza I've got serves only one purpose, and that's to keep the dust off.
Okay. Okay, there's like a little... Or no, is that just a painting?
Well, since the building inspector has only one eye and no depth perception, the hotel manager painted fire extinguishers in all the apartments. It saved him a bundle.
Why does that make me think that that was just an excuse for a poorly rendered fire extinguisher? Alright, dear lord.
This cabinet is where my old successes go to
It
die.
is not easy to control this game, let me tell you. I wish I could like show you how bad this is.
Nothing here but nostalgia.
You flip around the interface by pressing the space bar, and once you do press the space bar, you can get...
Oh, great. Another incoming message that won't print out. If I don't get a new fax machine, I'll be out of business.
Yes, the fax machine. Indispensable piece of technology in the Tex Murphy-verse.
This cabinet is where my old successes go to die.
Oh, can I not?
Nothing here but nostalgia.
I guess I can't open the bottom drawer? Or any of the drawers other than the very top one? Yeah, okay. It's not entirely clear. Okay, so there's drawers on my desk. So I want to... shoot. I want to waggle my mouse forward so that I can move forward. Waggle it right. Okay. Stop. No, text, stop. Alright. Jeez, okay.
My old reliable
Can I open these drawers? Is my question. There we go. Open.
As usual, it's a mess.
How about this one?
As usual, it's a mess.
Okay, so there's nothing of value there. Oh wait, there's some mail by the door. I have a surgery gift certificate, credit card application, and sales flyer. This gift certificate entitles the holder to 1 free cosmetic job, nose, boob, etc. Courtesy of the Real You Surgical Clinic. 30 minutes to better you. Right, how about this credit card application?
A pre-approved electronic shop credit card application addressed to the previous occupant. Just needs to be signed, stamped, and mailed.
So, interesting. So it's addressed to the previous occupant. Does that mean that the previous occupant's name is on it, or does it just say pre-approved credit card to the previous occupant? Or pre-approved credit card to the current occupant of this office. Grand opening tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Electronic shop. Excuse me. Wow. Electronic shop opened its newly remodeled store and offer a veritable bonanza of bargains. Dongles, fax machines, remote controls, toys, stereos, vidphones, doohickeys, thingers, whatchamacallits, and much, much more. Be sure to check out the unbelievable prices on our own line of dandy products. Remember to bring your electronic shop credit card. Plan to stay late. You won't believe the deals. Cash not accepted. Credit card required to enter the electronic shop. You need one to even enter, huh? It's fascinating. Okay, so is this a
pre-approved electronic shop credit card application addressed to the previous occupant? Just needs to be signed, stamped, and mailed.
okay? Interesting. So we have probably, if I know adventure games, we're gonna have to get that credit card application taken care of. That'll be interesting. Can I just like use it on my desk to sign it and everything? Come on. So you...
Well, that's not gonna work.
No? Okay. What's this doohickey here?
CrimeLink computer is the only valuable piece of equipment left in the office. By entering suspect information like height, weight, and hair color, I can access the suspect's personal files.
Okay. Okay, so what's going on here? CrimeLink. We make it stick. Okay, it looks like I am not ready to use this yet. Whoa, that was really weird. Basically, just wandering around this universe is like being a perpetual alcoholic, which maybe is what they were going for. I don't really know.
My phonograph's an old family heirloom. I love to play the classics. Kool and the Gang, Peaches and Herb.
Sure.
My phonograph's an old...
Is there any kind of reward for listening to this record, or is it just an opportunity to take in some smooth jazz? I guess it's just an opportunity to take in some smooth jazz. All right, what did I miss? I'm sure I just cannot. This, man, it's so hard to move around here. All right. I'll get it. I'll get it eventually. There was a time when people played this game and said it was good, so clearly I can make it work.
Sylvia, my ex-wife. Whenever I think things can't get any worse, I think about her and how she totally screwed up my life. She's a woman who loves a man, any man, anytime.
Any of the previous games?
I'll never forget the day I came home early and caught her with the upholstery man.
Oh, there you are. I just got done with the chair. I'll be sending the bill to your husband.
Oh, Rudy. Let's not think about my husband right now. I was watching you upholster and you're so big and strong.
This is just like a mini
You
porno.
really think so?
Well, yes. God, I've only known you for 10 minutes and I feel like I've known you forever. Oh, yes, look. And look at this muscle. Oh. The way you hold me,
This is not-
Tex never held me like this.
Yeah, he
Oh, kiss
Never
me, Rudy, and set
didn't
my lips
hold you?
on fire.
never
Okay.
held his arms limply by his side while you massaged his chest. This is strange.
Oh, Tex, honey. I wasn't expecting you home so soon.
Well, duh. Obviously. Now I know why the Roto-Rooter man keeps calling and asking whether we need our plumbing checked. Well, I gotta admit, those chairs look pretty good.
Thanks. Listen, how about I don't charge you on the labor and we call it even?
Fair enough. But from here on out, Rudy, customer servicing doesn't include my wife.
See, honey? I saved you some money again. Aren't you happy?
Okay.
I married her for better or worse. Unfortunately, it never got any better.
Whew, that was something, I guess. It was a game. It was part of this game. So... what more can we do here? I sincerely hope that I will begin moving more efficiently and quickly through this world as I continue playing. Because right now I'm doing quite poorly. Oh, man. So, the frustrating thing about the movement system is that it's kind of like, what do you call that? Where, I forget what it's called, but you know how when you swipe at like an iPad screen or an iPhone screen or something, and the status bar just like keeps moving, so like you swipe up and the thing just keeps moving down, you swipe down and it keeps moving up. It, even after you take your finger off the screen, it's kind of, the controls in this are exactly like that. You like swipe back and you like you move the mouse back once and then you just kind of continuously move backwards. You move the mouse forward in one motion and you just continually move forward. And you'll just, like, I'm not touching the screen at all and I'm just like jumping around the room. I just don't know. It begs for an alternative. It begs for an alternative control scheme. In fact, after I'm done playing this game, I'm gonna have to see if there is one, because this is just not good. Okay. I'm trying to get in a good position. What I want is a pen. There should be a pen in my desk, I feel. The reason I want a pen is because I want to sign that credit card application. Because this being an adventure game, since I have an application for a credit card and there's a store that needs a credit card, I'm sure that I need to get that taken care of. Okay. Let's, oh, come on. Alright. How's that? Aha! I was able to open a different drawer this time.
As usual, it's a mess. Well, that's not gonna work.
Okay. Well... okay, that's empty. Anything in here?
As usual, it's a mess. As usual, it's a mess.
How about this bottom one?
Nothing in here but a stamp.
Can I take the stamp? Come on. Please tell me I can take the stamp. You wouldn't put a stamp in there if I couldn't take it, would you? Oh my gosh. Okay. Get. Okay, I have a stamp. Earth. $10. It's a $10 stamp. Cool.
My phone had worked perfectly if it hadn't been...
Alright. Let's see if I missed anything. There's like a pen.
As usual, it's a mess. As usual, it's a mess.
There has to be a pen somewhere.
As usual, it's a mess.
So where else would a pen be but in a desk drawer? Jeez. Okay. Alright, we're gonna make this work. The goal is that I finish every game I start. The only exceptions to that rule so far have been Labyrinth. and nothing else. So, I'd say I have a pretty good record, and I'm not gonna screw it up now. I've been playing this game for 30 minutes. I still have not left the first room, but by gum, as an old man once said.
As usual, it's a mess.
I'm gonna... Oh, gosh. Can I move any of these papers around or anything?
As usual,
Oh, wait, there's a pen there.
this is probably the only writing utensil that works in the whole office.
Alright, I don't know why I didn't see that before. I mean, maybe the reason I didn't see it before is because the coloration on that pen blends in almost perfectly with that of the drawer. So great, I have a pen now. So let's combine our pen with the credit card application. Okay, so I have a filled out application. Good. And can I stamp it, or do I need an envelope? This isn't like, oh shoot. This isn't gonna be like, Maniac Mansion, is it? Where you need to get an envelope? No. Alright, ready to mail application. Good. Alright, if only I could look up. Maybe this is just the temporary control scheme while Tex Murphy is drunk out of his mind. Things will pick up with a like WASD normal control scheme once he sobers up. I can only hope.
My phonograph's an old...
Alright, you already know that. Just trying to make sure there's no mailbox in here. These things like to hide. As you can tell, because I've been in here for over 30 minutes, and I've just now found some of the things that I need. It's a crime-link computer. Alright, well, can I open this door? If so, where does it lead? Come on. Cool, I have...
All I've ever needed was a soft felt fedora, a well-tailored overcoat, and a comfy pair of sneakers. Some people know what they like, and they stay with it.
Alright. Sounds reasonable. Let's move out of the office.
The air outside feels thick, like I'm breathing through a pair of dirty gym socks. It's a high radiation day. Most everyone will be staying inside, but I need to hunt for some work. I always like to start the day with the traditional PI breakfast. That hits the spot.
Alright. Is there any kind of mailbox out here? Christ. Mail slot? His letters got on my door somehow. Doesn't help that it's very difficult to move. I'm just gonna keep saying that. I know it's getting repetitive at this point, I'm sure, but it's just almost insufferable. Okay, I need to find a mailbox. Oh, there's one over there. Good lord, this is hard. Alright, Is this one of those things where I can get hit? Can I save my game? I'm just forever scarred by, No? Huh. Oh, here we go. I'm forever scarred by, the Dagger of Amon Ra, where if you walk out into the street, you will immediately die and get hit by a car. Alright. Well, I can imagine for the time, you know, it must have been really cool to be able to explore this 3D environment in this alcoholic simulator. Ready to mail. No, I don't want to send a flyer. Use the ready to mail application.
The Postal Service has gotten much faster since the stamp price went to $10. I should get my credit card back tomorrow morning.
Alright. Got that taken care of, I guess. Alright, so what else can I do here? Electronic shop. Have a newsstand. Golden Gate Hotel. It's a weird guy with a jester's hat on. Rusty's Fun Mask.
Rusty the Clown's novelty shop. Closed down a few months ago after Rusty mysteriously disappeared. The police suspect foul play, but I think he probably just choked to death on his own bad jokes.
Choked to death on his own bad jokes, huh? Alright, so let's try to get somewhere. Hotel. Closed porno theater. Newsstand. Electronic shop that I probably can't go in. Because, whoops. Because, I need a credit card, which I won't get till tomorrow. Yes, the entrance of that electronic shop is contingent on having a credit card. That is what I learned earlier in this game. Cable cars. Piles and piles of trash.
Man, there are signs of radioactivity everywhere.
You don't say. Cable cars. Alright, I can't go that way. So I'm contained to this general area, I guess. Fountain lunch, brew and stew. Can I go in there? Or what is this place? Pizza bar. Looks closed. I go inside this beer and wine store. Let's try it. Oh wait, what's that on the ground?
Well, this is a section of the Bay City Mirror. It's a weekly newsletter that covers local goings-on written by mutants for mutants. I'd subscribe if they had a comics page.
Ah, comics. Retrieve the newspaper, move the cursor over one of the articles in the newspaper. Click the left mouse button. Okay. Burglaries baffle police. The total of inner-city pawnshop burglaries committed over the past 3 weeks now stands at 9. Zippy Cash, located at the corner of Jackson and Maple Streets, I should probably try to find Zippy Cash, was broken into 3 nights ago. Pawnshop owner Urban Roby did not report the crime till the morning, thinking it was simply a practical joke played by his friends. Tragically, that was not the case. Of the 9 burglarized pawnshops, Zippy Cash was only the second not owned by a mutant. There has been some speculation that police are not actively investigating the crime since most of the victims are mutants. Racism. Mayor Lunder, who is up for re-election this year, and will need the mutant vote to retain his position, has publicly called the police onto the carpet. Police Lieutenant Mac Malden, who is heading the investigation, denies that the police are dragging their feet. What we're dealing with here is some kind of master criminal. He just hasn't left us much of anything to work with. Lieutenant Malden is sure that the burglaries have all been committed by the same person. The MO, methods of operation, to the layman, have been almost identical. A girl goes to a pawn shop, hawks a piece of jewelry for a large amount of cash. Then the shop is broken into that same night. Lieutenant Malden would not specify, but said that his team of detectives had some evidence and hoped to have some solid leads within the next few days. Alright. I guess I should go to Zippy Cash, because I now have a lead on something I can investigate. But where is Zippy Cash? That is the question. That is the very hard to determine question, considering how difficult it is to move around continually in this game. Okay. Well, maybe I can go into Rook's Pawn.
Rook Garner runs this pawn shop. He's a crusty old World War III vet with a face like a raisin and a tongue like a butcher's cleaver.
Alright.
What do you want, Murphy?
If I remember anything from the previous text Murphy, you need to choose your dialogue options carefully, lest you be shot to death, or otherwise lose the game.
Fine. How you doing, Rook?
I'm not in the mood for small talk.
Thanks. Okay.
Well, then by all means, let's discuss a serious topic.
Breaking, entering, and robbery serious enough for you, Murphy?
Last night, someone broke into my pawn shop. I don't usually have anything of great value, but yesterday, I gave out a fair amount of cash for an extremely valuable diamond bracelet.
Okay. Guess I should probably investigate.
How much is a fair amount of cash?
In this case, $8,000.
That's a fair amount of cash. It's probably best not to use a verbal sucker punch.
Boy, that's a lot of clams, Rook.
Don't you think I know that?
The bracelet was pawned by a young girl named Emma Nimpton. She said she hated to hawk a family heirloom, but had no choice. She said she would reclaim the bracelet in a month. Well, since the bracelet was worth 10 times the $8,000 I loaned her, it was a good deal for me.
I guess I should probably investigate the facts, right?
Did you get any other information from this Emma Nimpton?
She left a phone number. I called her this morning, but the line is disconnected.
Have you contacted the police?
No, the police are a waste of time, and I can't afford to hire a decent PI.
I guess this means you don't consider me good enough to help track down the bracelet?
I'd appreciate your help. I'm not a rich man, but if you find the bracelet, I'll owe you a few favors, which could come in handy. Come back here and I'll show you where they broke in.
Rook takes me out back and shows me where the burglar broke in. The back window is busted out and the latch is ripped. It's a sloppy job. As I start my investigation, I'm looking for information to enter into my CrimeLink computer back at the office. One thing's for sure, Emma Nimpton won't be one of the suspects' names. Every PI worth his salt knows that's not my name spelled backwards.
Okay. Well, I guess I have some work. It's good, right?
An empty bottle of evanescent spring water. For those with a higher class of thirst. It's one of those basketballs they used to give away at Weenie World.
Right?
10 seconds left. Down by 1. Murphy has the ball. He fakes. He drives. It's a 360. He's fouled.
All right. What's this here?
The baby rum wrapper looks like it was left recently. Yep, still warm. I don't usually enjoy piles of garbage, but they do add a lot of character to this alley.
Hello, What Wizard. What Wizard says, good. Good indeed. Wow, that is a very flat garbage can. My god.
I wonder what all these garbage cans are doing around here. Maybe Rook is running a low-rent hostel.
Okay. Okay. Maybe there's some junk back here I can examine. Oh, there's a shard of glass.
Shard of glass must have come from that broken window.
Okay.
Now we're starting to get somewhere.
Okay. I guess we are. I have a shard of glass.
Looks like whoever broke into Rook's window left one of his hairs behind.
Ah.
Apparently our burglar is a Carrot Top.
Our burglar has red hair. Hopefully it's not a red herring.
Looks like whoever broke into Rook's window left one of his hairs behind. Apparently our burglar is a Carrot Top.
Okay. No, I'm good with that. So... what's this?
The empty bottles of chocolate syrup lying all around this alley all look like they've been licked clean.
Someone really likes chocolate syrup, I guess.
The empty bottles of chocolate...
What Wizard says, hopefully you are not chasing noted comedian Carrot Top. By noted comedian, I hope you mean brilliant comedian. Because Carrot Top is totally... Wait, is that a key? What the heck?
Looks like a key of some kind.
It's a key of some kind. All right. Seems to be a key of some kind.
Looks like a shoe print is outlined in that sticky pool of something resembling chocolate. Footprints about a size 14.
Ah, it's a good thing that Tex Murphy knows his shoe sizes. Right. We do here. Okay, let's try to go through here, maybe. And can I? What Wizard says, the key is almost as big as that footprint. It's a size 14 key, What Wizard.
Well, that steep staircase looks really hard to climb.
Alright, I better move it, right? Up we go. Okay, that looks like a door. Jeez, this is hard to navigate. Alright. Let's...
Hey, this door's just painted on. Hey, this door's just painted on.
Great. Great. I like how this game is more than happy to reference the fact that everything looks incredibly two-dimensional despite the allegedly 3D environs that I am exploring. Oh, Christ, this is awful. Okay, so... What else? What else? What else? There's a dumpster. Oh wait, should I have tried to use the key on that painted-on door? You never know.
Well, that's not gonna work.
Alright. Well, it's worth a shot. Alright. Okay, so we have a radio here.
Whoa! This antique boombox worked. I bet it'd only play the Bee Gees.
Alright, I have an antique boombox that will apparently only play the Bee Gees. Cool. I don't know if I examined it.
This old relic probably hasn't worked in years. Hey, there are batteries in here.
Wonder if the batteries work. Cool, I have batteries.
Oh, man! This dumpster smells like 20-year-old mayonnaise, and I ought to know.
Why do you ought to know? Alanis Morissette. Alright, let's try opening this sucker.
Well, I'll be darned. Except for the filth and stench, the interior isn't much different than the average studio apartment. In fact, it's nicely furnished. Someone's been living here, and I wonder if he saw anything.
It's a good question. Alright.
Oh, man! This dumpster...
Alright, so can I open the other part of the dumpster? Okay, no. I cannot.
Oh, I would love to see my ex-mother-in-law squeeze through there.
Ah ha ha ha. Ex-mother-in-law jokes. Cool. Well, great. What else can I do? I can talk to this woman here. This very flat cardboard cutout of a woman here. Should maybe first read the newspaper. Finish doing that since I never really got around to doing that. Read one article. Okay. Body found in Bay. The body of Thaniel Murray, 29, was discovered floating in the San Francisco Bay early yesterday morning. spotted by the passengers on a whale sighting scuttle. The body was recovered by police, then was sent to the city coroner's office for an autopsy. The cause of death has been listed as suicide, though bystanders report that the corpse was remarkably disfigured and contorted. Walt Grimm, a personal injury lawyer, followed the ambulance to the coroner's and reported that a quarantine was initiated not long afterwards. The reason for the quarantine has not been made public. Poet's Corner. This week's poem was sent in by a 15-year-old Bupo Wong. Haiku to a taco. Soft shell taco mine. What meat art thou concealing? Who cares? It's tasty. Good haiku. Nice job, Bupo Wong. Need cash? At Oregon Trail Clinic, we pay up to $50 cash for any and all vital organs. You also pay market rates for arms, legs, and eyeballs. You a lefty, short on rent? Bring in that right hand. Our friendly, qualified staff will be happy to sever the limb. And you'll walk out moments later with a few extra dollars in your pocket. Hurry in and don't forget to ask about their frequent donor program. Must be removed on site to meet AMA's American Medical Association standards. Alright? Cool, I guess. Old Jim's Bait Shop. Lively crawlers. In an old coffee can of your choice. Great. Senator committed to asylum. Reese's press conference hysterics surprised many. Senator Martin Rees, who had called a press conference, assumedly to announce his intentions to leave politics to join the PGA, erupted into hysterics today. Witnesses reported the senator to have shouted, "Texas is just too blinkin' big. Run for your lives before it eats us all." Senator Rees, long considered one of the most mentally sound figures on Capitol Hill, had to be restrained and was led away in a makeshift straitjacket. When questioned about Senator Rees' rantings, Representative Lolana Elwich, Democrat from Texas, professed complete ignorance. Everyone knows Texas is big, but really? Most people who witnessed the display admitted to being surprised at the senator's behavior, though not everyone. House Speaker Bob Brogue, a Democrat from Maine, commented, "Senator Rees's outburst is hardly shocking to those of us who've worked with him. We knew all along he was a whacked-out, thumb-sucking piece of boop." Senator Rees will be examined tomorrow by psychiatrists who are confident that a complete recovery can be made, despite the senator's many years in Congress. All right? Great. Let's say. Editorial, Why the Crusade Must Be Stopped. Part 2 of 5 by Luigi Trundle. In the years since World War III, we have seen a growing form of discrimination which has come into full malevolent bloom. Thankfully, we are not talking about racial or sexual bias, both of which are no longer the blights on society that they once were. The social disease that afflicts us is genetic discrimination. There are in the world evil forces that exist with a specific purpose of separating the genetically unchallenged from the rest of the population. This eugenics movement, the classifying of humans by their genetic quality, has been around since the late 1800s, but in those days humans were already classified by skin color and gender. Several significant movements in history have attempted to exterminate an entire race, and I believe that we are witnessing yet another. The crusade for genetic purity is spearheading this dark movement. Reverend Shepherd, in the guise of a placid, benevolent teacher, is in reality a hate-monger. His words, softly spoken, plant the seeds of hate between those with the genetic flaws and those without. And now the crusade has trumpeted the arrival of the Moonchild, the so-called refuge of the pure, supposedly a religious retreat where the faithful, crusaders, go to take part in spiritual ceremonies. It is, in reality, a symbol of divisiveness, a jewel in the heavens where only few may go, the rest excluded by a condition they did not ask for and cannot change. When will each and every inhabitant on the earth open his or her eyes? I hope for the day when will we all be able What? I hope for the day when we all... Okay, I think it's supposed to say, I hope for the day when we will all be able to look upon each other as human beings, and not as man or woman, black or white, mutant or norm. To paraphrase Shakespeare, I am a mutant. Hath not a mutant hands, organs, dimensions, senses, affections, passions? Fed with the same food, hurt with the same weapons. If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you poison us, do we not die? All right. That was an editorial. We have Grateful Dead tour. I guess they're still going about. The Grateful Dead is in its third incarnation. Grateful Dead in its third incarnation have announced plans for a resurrection tour to begin next week at Sacramento, California, and end up in Lazarus, PA. The tour is scheduled to run for 3 years, during which the band will play 1,093 shows. Jesus. Accordion player Geraldo Rodriguez says the band is excited to get back on the road after a layoff of a week and a half. We were due for a rest after our last world tour, but by Thursday we were all getting a little antsy. Future plans include a new album, a movie filmed on tour, and a possible benefit concert put on in conjunction with the Rolling Stones. Jeez, didn't they get any new music in this time? This one. Art and Soul, Albie Tewksbury. Art is not dead in the Bay Area. It's rotting corpses stinking up the place. The latest excuse for an art exhibit was unveiled at the Ink and Oils Emporium, or the Stinkin' Spoils Emporium, as I am wont to call it. This pathetic showing by an alleged artiste who calls himself Logo was the most hideous spectacle of the season. At least this Logo character has an inkling of intelligence. If I dared to pass off such putrid trash as art, I wouldn't use my real name either. The most striking thing about the presentation was the artist's hairdo, which closely resembled a dust mop, used to soak up an oil spill, then dried to a crisp under a sun lamp. On the lighter side, Kaye Winthrop's Black Tie Art Appreciation fundraiser was not nearly as unbearable as I'd feared it would be. Featured artwork, as always, was despicable, but for once the hors d'oeuvres didn't make me vomit. The champagne was not vintage, but not the cat pee of previous years. Ha ha ha! All in all, not a complete waste of an evening. Until next week, remember, life without art is just life. Alright? One more. Police officers acquitted of assault in civil suit. Angry protests were staged today outside the 5th Precinct courthouse when 2 Norm people, police officers, Joey Harris and Dean Adler, both incidentally members of the Crusade for Genetic Purity, were found not guilty of assault and battery on a private citizen. M.O. Dooley, an unemployed homeless mutant, had brought a civil suit against the officers, saying they had randomly picked him out of a group of stragglers and beaten him senseless. This is the 4th civil suit brought against Norm members of the SFPD this year alone. Each trial has ended in an acquittal. Undoubtedly, this has given police an added sense of immunity, leading to more mutant accusations of civil rights violations. The 2 mutant 10 Norm jury deliberated for only 3 minutes, 18 seconds, before presenting the not guilty verdict. Juror Laney Fox explained the reason for the quick decision made by the jury. The prosecution never convinced us that Mr. Dooley has not always looked the way he does. The ACLU announced that it is planning to appeal. Good job, ACLU. Alright. That is all of the articles. I will now talk to the newspaper person.
Chelsea's a hot little number.
Oh, great.
I hear she's a mutant, but it doesn't show. The only weird thing about her is she won't go out with me.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Chelsea Bando's the kind that could hold her own with anyone, but she has a way of turning my knees to jelly. She's a mutant just like everyone else in this part of town, but she's a real beauty.
Well, hello, stranger.
A lovesick puppy.
Chelsea, you're breaking my heart.
Why? Because I've got a steady job?
Ouch. I'll make a pass.
No, it's just you're so beautiful it makes me ache. Let me buy you a drink and I'll tell you where it hurts.
Gee, Tex, you know, that kind of talk could get you into trouble. But I don't drink with customers.
Blue collar offer?
I'd be happy to throw in a chili dog with that drink.
Well, an offer like that, oh, that's hard to refuse. But no thanks. So, is there something I can do for you?
Sure. I'll ask you about everything.
Rook acts like a tough guy, but he's a softie. Just don't tell him that to his face.
Chelsea Bando.
Oh, you know me, Tex. I'm just making ends meet.
I guess that's your name. Louis Laments.
I love Louis, but his friendliness doesn't fool me. He's a sharp one. He knows everything that's going on in this neighborhood. Franny's a live wire. Either she or Sal is going to do time for killing the other one. I have never seen a couple fight like they do.
Sal Lucido.
Sal's a handful. He's a nice guy, but I don't know, I feel kind of naked when he gives me the eye.
Ardo Newpop.
Luckily, Ardo seems to like me. I mean, if I were on his bad side, I'd be tempted to relocate. He could crush a Subaru with one hand.
What Wizard asks, is Rusty Clown a robotic clown? Rusty Clown is the owner of a shop that I saw earlier. I can't remember what it sold. I made a comment about it, but I can't remember what it was. I'll take a look at it in a second here and show you.
The Crusade is big. I mean, much bigger than most people know. They have operatives all over, and then these huge sections of the Norm population are joining. Well, they say it's a religion, but then they encourage the members to be violent and prejudiced towards others.
Right. They're assholes.
Wish I could help you there, Tex.
All right.
Sorry, I haven't heard anything about that. Yeah, you know, I remember Rook told me about the burglary. You know, I remember a stranger hanging around the past couple of days. It might be a dead end, but I seem to remember that the guy had these bright green eyes and a tattoo of an anchor on his arm.
Ah, interesting. Okay. Cool. Guess that's that. Okay, Rusty Clown. I think I saw something about him somewhere over here, maybe? I don't actually remember. Cable cars. Pizza bar. Hotel Ritz. Oh yeah, here it is. Here it is. Rusty. Or no. Oh yeah, it is Rusty. Rusty's Fun Masks. Gaggy's...
Rusty the Clown's novelty shop. Closed down a few months ago after Rusty mysteriously disappeared. The police suspect foul play, but I think he probably just choked to death on his own bad jokes.
Right. So that's Rusty's thing. Acme Warehouse. Golden Gate Hotel. Been back here.
Coit Tower was once a majestic landmark. The wiener stand on the patio at the base of Coit Tower made the best chili dog in town.
Oh.
No one's here right now, though, so I better check back later.
Okay. Let's see. Is there anything I haven't explored in this area? Let's see. Hotel. Pawn shop. Been in. Door to my office. Electronic shop. Which I can't go in until I have a credit card. Because of some weird rule. Pizza bar.
Francesca Lucido makes the spiciest pizza in the city. The only thing spicier than her cooking is her imagination. And right now she seems to have a thing for me.
Alright. I might go in there in a bit. But I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything.
Louis Laments runs the Brew and Stew, which is a local hangout.
Okay, cool. Local hangout. Guess. Must be opened.
Francesca Lucido makes the spiciest pizza.
Okay. Just gonna talk about pizza. Alright, well, let's try to go in this bar here.
Well, it's that a handsome P.I. Tex Murphy. Have you come to take me away?
Huh.
How'd you guess? You must have seen my white horse hitched to the railing out front.
Oh my, Mr. Murphy, you certainly know how to excite a girl.
Shatter the fantasy of a lonely woman.
Well, that's what I've been told. I almost got my own 900 number before getting into the PI biz.
Well, I certainly would have subscribed. What can I do for you, Mr. Sexy Voice? Rook is a tough old geezer. I've known him ever since we opened the slice of heaven back in 32, but I can't say I know him very well. Chelsea is a nice girl. Sal tries to flirt with her, but she doesn't give him the time of day. I like Louis. He runs a nice place, and I go over there and chat with him when the business is slow. Ardo is an overgrown kid. He comes in here for the all-you-can-eat buffet, and I've got to kick him out every time. If I didn't, he'd eat everything we got.
It's called the all-you-can-eat cafe.
Can't help you, Tex. He was a weirdo who opened up a shop just down the street.
Rusty.
That would have been a couple of years ago.
More information
The business
about Rusty
went under
Clown,
in a
what was
hurry,
it?
and the clown just disappeared. That's that religion for norms only. It makes me sick.
What Wizard says, what do you know about snakes? I can't ask about snakes, sorry.
Sorry, I don't know anything about that. Sorry. Ask me about something else. I heard that Rook's place got robbed. It scares me to death. There's so much crime in this part of the city.
I'll go to the police station.
I haven't seen Mac Malden since the Martian Memorandum case. I remember him as a surly, incompetent, fat-nosed cop. As I step into his office, I can see he's changed. His nose is even bigger.
Well, if it isn't Tex Murphy. I figured you'd be dead by now.
I could say the same about you. When's the last time you had your cholesterol checked?
Still the wise guy, eh, Murphy? It was great to see you.
Guess this
Now
is
get
gonna
lost!
be the Mosley of this universe.
Oh, come on. Remember the Martian Memorandum case? Hey, we made a swell team.
Yeah, those were the days. I don't get cases like that anymore. Things are harder now. The mayor's office is all over me again. You heard about the string of pawn shop robberies? We have no suspects, and I'm catching the heat for it.
Shocked by ineptitude.
So you and your crack team of detectives have no leads?
Of course we have leads, you pots. We know he's a Norm, Caucasian, and has AB negative blood. That narrows down our list of suspects to about 1 million. Now get out of my hair. I got work to do.
See if I can get him to talk.
Can't you
more.
find something better to do than bother me?
No, because I really like to watch your face turn red.
Still the wise guy, eh, Murphy? It was great to see you. Now get lost!
Now get lost!
Oh, come on. Remember the Martian Memorandum case? Hey, we made a swell team.
Yeah, those were the days. I don't get cases like that anymore. Things are harder now. The mayor's office is all over me again. You heard about the string of pawn shop robberies? We have no suspects, and I'm catching the heat for it.
Sounds like we might be looking for the same burglar. Let's compare notes, old buddy.
No chance, Murphy. I don't need you getting in my way. Go play detective somewhere else.
Alright, I'll try that one more time.
Can't you find something better to do than...
No.
Still the wise...
Listen, I'm working on a burglary.
You and me both. The mayor's office is all over me.
I'll try this one.
What you need is San Francisco's best detective.
Yeah? I asked him to help out, but he's busy. Now shove off!
Alright, well I guess I'm not gonna get anything else out of him. Alright. So, I think that's about as much. I think... that's about as much as I'm going to play tonight of this Tex Murphy adventure. But it's been a Tex Murphy adventure. Lots of driving around, lots of interrogating people, lots of sexism. And the whole new control scheme that somehow manages to be even more obnoxious than the ones in the previous games. But hey, at least there's this cool 3D world for me to explore. So we'll be exploring it some more. What Wizard says, this seems faster than the original floating car segments. It is much faster than the ones in the original Tex Murphy game. I will give it that. Alright, so I think the way you save here is you go to the auxiliary panel, save, okay. Alright. Well, that was an adventure, a Tex Murphy adventure. And we'll be back with more some other time, maybe tomorrow, maybe not, we'll see. But until then,